It's the moment you dread. You've done everything right. Bath, books, lights out. And just as you reach the door, it starts. One more story. I need water. My leg hurts. Can you lie with me? Every night, the same negotiation. Here's the good news. There's a 2-minute script you can say at the door, almost word for word, that ends the stalling. Not by being stricter, but by giving your child's brain the one thing it's actually asking for. Stay to the end, because the single most important line is the one most parents skip. I'm Dr. Sara. Let's make bedtime the easy part. First, what stalling actually is. When your child asks for one more story, one more hug, one more anything, it almost never means they want the story. It means their nervous system doesn't feel ready to be alone yet. Stalling is a bid for connection, a way of saying, stay with me, I don't feel safe letting go, which is exactly why being stricter backfires.
You need to stay in bed.
A child who feels less connected stalls more, not less. This script works because it gives the brain connection and a reason to trust that you'll come back, so we can finally switch off. Here it is, step by step. Step 1, signal the landing. About a minute before you leave, slow everything down, your voice, your movements, and say calmly, "Okay, my love, bodies are getting sleepy now. This is the last part of our night." You're not asking, you're narrating. This tells the brain what's coming next, and predictability is what makes it feel safe. Step 2, fill the tank. This is the 30 seconds that saves you 20 minutes. Sit close and say, let's think of one good thing from today. Let them answer. Really listen. Then, I loved that too. Now let's take 3 slow breaths together, in and out. Breathing together literally helps their nervous system borrow your calm. You're not stalling. You're front-loading the connection they'd otherwise chase you for. Step 3, and this is the line most parents skip. You're going to leave something behind that stays when you can't. Put their favorite stuffed animal in their arms and say, Teddy's going to keep you company. And here's the special part. Put your hand gently on their chest. Even when I'm not in the room, my love stays right here, all night long. This is the heart of it. The stalling is really the fear that connection leaves when you do. This line tells the brain it doesn't. Step 4, the loving limit. Now you set the boundary, but you give them something to wait for instead of something to chase. Say, it's time for sleep now. I'm going to come check on you in 5 minutes, I promise. You don't have to do anything. Just rest and wait for me. That promise is everything. Most parents try to escape the room. This does the opposite. It gives your child a reason to relax because you're coming back. Step 5, the clean exit and the part you cannot skip. Say, good night, I love you, see you in 5, and leave calmly. Then actually go back in 5 minutes. Even for 10 seconds, peek in and whisper, I'm here, just like I promised. Still resting? Good. I'll check again soon. This is the mechanism that ends stalling for good. Your child learns they don't have to call out, climb out, or negotiate to bring you back, because you always come back on your own. After a few nights, you stretch the check-ins, 5 minutes, then 10, and they're asleep before the first one. Now, what not to say, because a few common lines undo the whole thing. Don't say, go to sleep right now, or stop getting out of bed. Commands raise the alarm. They don't lower it. Don't bargain. If you stay in bed, I'll give you a treat, turns bedtime into a deal you'll renegotiate every single night. And never sneak out without the promise. A child who wakes to find you gone learns that letting go isn't safe. And tomorrow, they'll fight even harder to keep you. Why does 2 minutes beat 20? Because you're not out stubborn your child. You're giving the brain its 3 conditions for sleep: predictability, connection, and a promise it can trust. A brain with all 3 stops scanning for you and lets go. This is the heart of what I call the art of containment. Holding your child emotionally so they can settle physically. One honest note. This works for everyday stalling. But if your child's bedtime distress is extreme, or they seem genuinely fearful night after night, that's worth a conversation with your pediatrician, and you don't have to figure it out alone. So tonight, signal the landing, fill the tank, leave your love behind, make the 5-minute promise, and keep it. Don't try to be stricter, be more predictable. And if I had to pick the one line that changes everything, it's the promise you keep. In the next video, I'll show you exactly what to do when they get out of bed anyway. The calm return that works without a single power struggle. Subscribe so it finds you. I'm Dr. Sara. Sleep well.